Grocery store rant 100 days in. I'm beginning to think that Republicans have some good ideas, guys. Especially this one from cave woman Marjorie Taylor Greene. We need a national divorce. We need to separate by red states and blue states and shrink the federal government. Everyone I talk to says this. Now, I don't think that we should give them every state that they call a red state, but we could have a compromise. Maybe give them the Confederate states back. But Godless Gardner, you're in Texas. Wouldn't you have to move to a blue state? Yeah, that's a sacrifice I'd be willing to make. Besides, it would just be temporary. How long do you think it would be before they start turning on each other and there wouldn't be hardly anybody left? And Republicans can't govern for shit. But it'd be so great for them for a while. No woke culture, they could tariff each other just so hard. But I think it would be less than a year before they realize what a tragic mistake they've made. Okay, I'm definitely starting to see prices go up. These were $1.09 last week. But I guess that's a small price to pay for owning the libs. The shrimps are on sale this week though, so that's good. But could you imagine living in that world though, where we just had progressive states and regressive states? Shit, just not having to listen to Ted Cruz or Marjorie Taylor Greene or the orange one ever again would be worth it. They could live in Gilead and we could live in the early days of Star Trek. It would be amazing. Yes, it would be super sad to lose my home state, but I would gladly exchange that for free healthcare. Man, the music in here today is popping. First it was Hootie and the Blowfish, now it's Matchbox 20. It's 3 a.m., I must be lonely. I guess if you've got good music, then you don't really care about the prices going up. Aw man, we got some Oasis going now. Gonna live forever. But could you imagine 10 years down the line, we would have so much freedom and they would be a Christian nationalist state and the women would have to be covered head to toe? Just think about how the music would change from country to country. We would have rock and rap and pretty much everything that we have now, and they would probably just have Christian music. They probably wouldn't have a single movie harsher than PG. You know what? The more I talk about this, the more I want this for them. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene. We do need a national divorce. And then they can have a place of their own where she won't be allowed to be a congresswoman anymore. Because we all know what happens to women who don't know their place in Gilead. What do y'all think? Is this a good plan? I'm thinking this is a good plan.